Okay, hello. So, my husband and I decided to get our DNA tested, and we're getting it done through ancestry.com. Their tests are like $99. They give you $10 off of each additional test. So I ordered two. So it's like $198 for both. Comes in a box like this. Light's kind of bright. Let's see. It says Ancestry DNA on it. That's what the box looks like. This is his, so I'm going to help him do his before I do mine. This is what comes in it. Get the little pamphlet, how to do it. You get this wonderful little tube that you have to spit in. Isn't that gonna be classy? And the little bag that holds the sample and the self-addressed stamped envelope that they send you to send it all back. Today is July the 5th, 2016, so we just got it today. I'm going to do it today and I'll probably send it off tomorrow. And I'm curious to see what the results are. I was going to get 23andMe, but their test cost a little more, like almost $200 each, like $199. And I think the only difference is that theirs provides medical information, like what you're most susceptible to, cancer, things like that. And I'm not really interested in that. Not that I'm not worried about that, but it's not. I didn't want to pay $100 for that, so I decided to go with Ancestry. In addition to Ancestry, looking at it online in the research, that they have the largest database, so you're probably more likely to find some cousins if you go through them, because they have a larger pool of people doing DNA through them. What I want to know is if everything I've heard over the years is true, or part of the whole, lore that you hear about who you're related to, what your DNA is, who your descendants are. So I'm going to start with a couple of things from my family so I can see how what I've heard compares to what is actual. Not that it'll probably pinpoint that much, but it'll give me a general idea of some of what I heard is real. Oh, don't mind me, I'm sitting on the floor. I like to be on my laptop on the floor. It's comfy. But, so, on my mom's side, my mother's father, from my understanding, that he was the offspring of a black woman and either a gentleman who was white or Italian. He apparently had this whole family on the side with this black woman. I don't know how true that is. As far as my mother's mom, she, I know, is a descendant of a slave. I found the slave record on Ancestry.com, so I don't know what region she's from. I just know that she's the descendant of a slave. So I'm going to see how much that is as far as the maternal part. As far as paternal, my father. My grandmother's still alive. She's 86, and her father, from my understanding, was African American or black, descendant of a slave, who was mixed with he was African American and mixed with either Blackfoot Indian and Irish, or both. Her mother, from my understanding, descendant of a slave. So this is all the things I've heard over the years. I don't know how much is true, how much is not true, considering that there was, of course, the time when black people always said I was mixed with this and I mixed with that because they wanted to seem less black, because it was more acceptable to society to be able to get jobs, to be able to get married, and things like that. And that's a bunch of bunk, of course, but it doesn't mean that I'm any less curious to find out, because I've heard so many things over the years regarding how I look and the skin tone, especially the eyes and the cheeks. People saying, oh, well, you can't be black, you can't be, you gotta be mixed with something, not mixed with something. My parents, they look black to me. That's what I saw. That's what I know. But I'm still curious to see how much of what I've heard is true, whether it's not true. So that's why I'm going to do the test. Like I said, it's July 5th, 2016. I'm going to probably do the test tonight and then turn it in, and I will send you a video and let you know from there.